Does motivation work or does it not? It's very important to know how to manage and what to expect from when you're motivated. What's going on, guys? You guys already know who it is. It's your boy Ralph coming at you with another podcast on your One Throne podcast. You guys already know I'm gonna have to beg you guys to like, share, comment, subscribe, do whatever it is you do to help this page grow, to help this channel grow, and get this content out to whoever needs it, whoever wants it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So today we're gonna talk about why it's important to stay motivated. Well, I don't like to use the word motivated. I don't like to use the word motivation. It's just a masculine word for temporary success. You temporarily want that success. So what I mean about it's cool if you look at the word differently, but I don't like to use personally the word motivation because it's just temporary. The word I like to use is consistency, is desire. In desire, it's a much more different than motivation. What is your desire to wake up every day? Motivation dies, motivation fades as soon as you're not feeling well. As soon as something happens in your life, motivation dies. Especially with men in 2023 now, especially young men. As you guys know, I do work in a high school here in New York, and I see a lot of weak boys that are gonna eventually turn into weak men. And what do I mean by this? These kids are nowadays easily offended. If it's not their way, it's their highway. If it's not their way, it's literally the highway. And these high schools are just creating a culture for men to be weak, to be vulnerable, and to not grow and to not make mistakes, to grow out of that shell of being a little boy. You know, as we grow and stuff like that, our parents and we don't usually hear the word motivation and stuff like that because we're still kids. But as we grow, especially now in the age of social media, we wonder what does motivation mean to you? What does motivation mean to me? Like I said, motivation means shit to me. Desire means everything to me. But if motivation means something to you, what motivation? But if motivation means something to you, what motivates you? Is it a person? Is it a place? Is it a thing? What exactly makes you wake up every day? Are you not motivated? Do you not have a burning desire into you to succeed? If not, why? What are you doing with your life that you are not wanting to succeed? What are you doing with your life that you are prioritizing over success, over money, over financial freedom, over personal happiness? For those people who say that money do not bring happiness, they're broke, they're poor, they're not where they want to be in life. Unless you're that rich individual who throughout life just thought about money, fucked up relationship, burned bridges with their sons, their families. Those individuals are usually the ones that say money do not bring happiness because yes, they're in $1 million home, but they have no one to share with. But if you've been a good person and you're also on the road to money, success, and happiness, money for sure brings happiness. I still consider myself broke. I'm not where I want to be in life, but I am far off better than when I was a year ago. As you guys know, or may not know, I'm from Harlem, New York. I was poor growing up, and since I've been listening to Andrew Tate's of the worlds and motivational videos, the Jay Wallers, etc., I have turned my life around to become a full-grown entrepreneur. Like I said, I'm not where I want to be in life. I do own a laundromat. I'm working on my second one. I own about 10 vending machines. I keep my life packed, busy until I'm rich and successful to where I want to be in life. So again, what motivates you? If you're not planning on success, what the fuck are you doing with your life, my brother? What are you doing with your life? From the moment you wake up, you should have a purpose to you. You should have a schedule lined up which was prepared the day before. You know that once you wake up, you're going to wake up early. Once you wake up, you're going to do this, and then this is going to follow, and then you're going to do this. Nothing should deviate you from your schedule. People may look at me and say, hey, why do you want to do this? What is your purpose? My purpose is to be rich and to also give to the lesser individuals, such as weak men who do not know their purpose, who do not know what they are meant to put on this earth. I knew that I was meant to put on this earth to achieve better, to get the fuck out of Harlem, get the fuck out of the Bronx. I will be riding around in my future favorite car, which is my Lamborghini Urus. I will have that. I will have one or two of those. I am working each and every day to strive for that. And it's not through these YouTube videos, because I don't make these YouTube videos to be rich, for views, for money. I don't do this. I do this usually because if there's one or two of you guys that I maybe helped change perspective with a woman that's been fucking with you your whole life and you can't get away from it, you don't know how to get up. Maybe I helped you with that. Maybe I helped you with financials, or maybe I helped you with your goals in general. In any way, shape, or form that I can help, indirectly, directly, this is why I'm making this content. So yes, my purpose on this world is to be successful, to be financially free, to help my mom retire, send my sisters on some paid vacations, my nephew, set up my nieces and nephews beautifully so they can be beautiful, and when I have my kids on my own, take care of my own family. But I'm also here to help you guys. For those of you who do not have a desire to succeed every single day when they wake up, how come? It's really difficult for me to go a minute of my day without thinking about money or my future. Every single waking moment that I'm awake, I'm envisioning my future. Even if I'm working out at the gym, I'm envisioning my body. I'm envisioning at a beach. I'm envisioning me laying up in my beautiful house shirtless with a nice body, nice physique, and some ladies all around me. This is what I'm envisioning every day. I'm envisioning me having troubles that doesn't have to do with money. Why? Because just because you have money doesn't mean all troubles go away. But your life is a lot easier when your problems do not have to deal with money, or when money solves those problems. So every single moment, man, every single moment, I'm awake and I'm thinking about my purpose. I'm literally envisioning myself in that place, in that house with those kids, with those cars, with that bank account rolling, that passive income, me deciding what trips I want to take whenever I want, with whoever I want. It is all up here. And for you, it's all discipline. It's all desire. What is it you want? And then go after it with that burning utmost desire. In my earlier videos, I spoke about self-improving. Every day you must be self-improving. That's whether it's going to the gym, which you should be doing every single day. Reading, bike riding, running, swimming, doesn't matter. Something you should be self-improving in yourself every day. And what I've recently been doing is doing a lot of reading lately. I used to love reading, fell off a little bit. Again, I've been looking at these podcasts and seeing how to better improve myself. And everyone says the same thing. You need to read a little bit. Right now, my two favorite books that I'm reading, well, I already finished this book. My first book that I'm going to introduce to you guys is How to Make Shit Happen. How to Make Shit Happen by Sean Whalen is a pretty good book. Again, I'm going to be honest, it's not the most entailed book. It's him more pushing you to get the fuck up and wake up and do whatever you got to do to make yourself succeed, because it's true. No one is going to save you. As a man, no one gives a fuck. No one cares about you, and no one's going to save you. Your mom may love you and all that, but no one is coming to save you, man. When you understand this is when your second life begins. My second book that I'm reading now, that I'm currently reading, and it's just such an amazing book, is of course the legendary Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. So in Think and Grow Rich, man, this book, I'm only 2 chapters in. I bought this book. I got this for Christmas, and I'm 2 chapters in, and it's just an extraordinary. It teaches you, doesn't tell you the secret to success. It just shows you examples, and it tells you an example of a lot of individuals who have succeeded, who have achieved billions of dollars, who have achieved life happiness, all of these things in common. And though the book doesn't tell you the exact secret to how to become rich, which I love, it shows you and it tells you all the different ways that these men, and it makes you come up with your own synthesization, your own summary of how to think and grow rich. And every single man, I don't understand how this book is not in libraries around the world, but because of course the education system does not want you to think like this. They do not want you to think and grow rich because they need employees. They need motherfuckers like you slaving. They need people like you going to work every day. They need people like you being miserable. They need people like you being sick. And this is what the education system ultimately does here in America. It wears you down. It doesn't tell you how to be rich. There's not one teacher that's rich that has become rich through their own endeavors. That's why I don't listen to these teachers, these 9-to-5s. If you work in a 9-to-5 and you think you're going to become rich, I'm sorry. You're not going to become rich. You're not going to be rich. It's not going to happen. And unfortunately, a lot of you men don't understand this, that yes, you can have a 9-to-5. You need a 9-to-5 if you're there for a purpose. If you're there to learn better craft. But of course, you need a 9 to 5. In this book, it talks about Thomas Edison's helpers, Mr. Barnes. Mr. Barnes was an individual who just wanted to work with Thomas Edison. He didn't want to work for Thomas Edison. So what did he do? He went to Thomas Edison's house. Thomas Edison didn't hire him right then and there to work with him. But what he did was give him a position, a 9 to 5 job. And what did Mr. Barnes do? Took it as an opportunity. He used that 9 to 5 to leverage his hours, to develop his skills with electricity and move up. Ultimately, he learned things and was able to not only work with Mr. Edison and learn to not only scale up the business, but he ultimately achieved his burning desire of working with Thomas Edison, not for him. 9 to 5s are vigorous and they are crucial to teaching you and developing men in you. I hated all of my 9 to job. I hated all of my 9 to 5 jobs. Right now is the job that I kind of, can deal with because I do work with young men and I do have access to these young men's minds to maybe help shape them a little better. Your day goes as good as you started. If you start with negativity in your mind, that's how it's going to go. It's going to go negative. If you start putting positive things through that brain cells as soon as you wake up, your day is going to go well and nothing can fuck it up. But again, this goes back to your desire. What wakes you up every morning? If you don't have something that wakes you up with a burning desire to succeed, it's going to be tough for you. It's going to be tougher for you as a man than it already is. We already know how hard life is as a man. But if you don't want to stand out, if you don't want to make something of yourself and be important in society, you're going to be overlooked and you're going to go through tough times. I'm not saying that all men want to be out there. We want to be famous and we want to be a spotlight as soon as we step in. But you'll be telling yourself a lie if you want to go through this life unnoticed. We want to be noticed. We want to be loved by people, by someone. And the way life is going, unless you become somebody and make something of yourself, you're going to go through this world just like air. You're going to be felt, but never seen. So again, guys, if you guys have watched this video, and the one thing I hope that you guys take away the most is wake up with a burning desire. Wake up with desire in your heart. Wake up driven. Wake up to conquer the world. Wake up to be better than you were yesterday. Just 1% better. If you could be 1% better than you were yesterday, you had a successful day. What does 1% rule mean? So if you're at the gym, do one more set. Do one more rep. If you're making cold calls, do one more call. Do 2 more calls. If you set a goal for yourself of 10,000 steps, do 11,000 steps because you know your cousin, your sister is only doing 10,000. If you got a goal of doing 100 push-ups a day and you've been at that same goal for 2 weeks, move that shit up. Push that to 150 a day. Next week, move that to 200 a day. Every day, 1% better. You should be 1% better. And I guarantee you, those days of misery, depression, sadness will be over. Never give up. And as long as you never give up, you stay consistent. Follow that 6 months rule at least. Every day, give it all you got for 6 months. And in those 6 months come, if you have to change something, tweak something to that goal, that's more than fine, but don't give up. Don't cancel on that goal. If it's something that you wake up thinking about every day and it doesn't leave your mind, you chase that goal with everything you got. People told me, man, you're not going to get a laundromat. Nobody's going to give you a laundromat. You're only 30 years old. How are you going to get a laundromat? Okay, watch this. Got me a laundromat. Now I'm working on my second laundromat. I'm building an empire. I'm building a kingdom. It's not about what they tell you can't do. I love people that tell me that I can't do something. So again, guys, I just had to come over here and spit a little and vent a little to you guys because it's been frustrating seeing these men in 2023 not going after it, not hungry, not going after it with a burning desire to be successful, to be hungry, to drive beautiful, luxurious cars, to tire their mother, to take their family on beautiful vacations and provide for them. You have to want it every single day. Every single day you must want it. No days off. So again, guys, this is Ralphie here with your One Throne podcast. I hope you guys take this and activate something into you guys. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, do whatever you guys have to do to get this content moving forward. Stay safe, guys, and make sure you stay consistent. And remember, 1% better.